To celebrate the 35th year anniversary of the Jordan 6, the shoe that Michael Jordan wore on his way to his first NBA championship, Jordan Brand has come out with the reverse infrared, the Ben 23 Jordan 6s, clearly trying to make those more special releases. And they've also come out with this colorway as a China exclusive, and it is one that follows up the Jordan 1 Xuanwu, but the highs and the lows, and it is meant to look more luxurious and elevated. Air Jordan 6 Xuanwu. And the shoe originally dropped on April 25th. It was an Asia exclusive. Don't know if like broader Asia got it or just China. And even though the shoe is dubbed the Jordan 6 Xuanwu, Xuanwu, if you didn't know, is a mythological deity in the religion or kind of culture of Taoism. And it's usually depicted as a kind of combination of a turtle and a snake. I'm not exactly sure where Xuanwu kind of comes into play here. Maybe just the colors. Just judging from like past Xuanwu colorways, maybe that's the only thing, but I don't really see the connection. So it is what it is. If you can see the Xuanwu kind of reference or inspiration on this shoe, please let me know in the comments below, because it's not very explicit, at least compared to the past releases. But first impressions of the shoe, this is definitely one for the Ux. The brown type of brogue look on the shoe, it is very sophisticated looking. I don't know if it works quite well on the Jordan 6 silhouette. I feel like a low probably would just look slightly better with this type of aesthetic in terms of the color, like this brownish kind of patina color. I do like, not sure if I love that brogue type of ventilation. I've never really liked those types of shoes. It just, I don't know, even though I'm an unk now, I still don't love dressing like that. But I will say, as I gotten older, brown has started to appeal to me more and more, so I can definitely see the appeal of this colorway itself if you're into it. Would I say it's like delicious? Probably not delicious, but it is good. It is good. And in terms of the box, you will see just a very regular Jumpman box, and this is hugely disappointing. For a special release, an exclusive region release, one that supposedly should have some storytelling behind it, they give you a box that you could just find on any general non-OG, just blah blah Jordan release. I don't know why they do that. It is bonkers. Very lazy. They come with no extras. I felt like they just kind of gave up after designing the shoe and was like, the packaging and like the unboxing experience, give them the regular. And in terms of the materials for this shoe, it comes in leather, and it does come in a slightly different type of style than a usual Jordan 6. So it gives off this brogue type of style. So you see the ventilation that's been utilized here on the overlays. And then the aesthetic of it, it is kind of like this patina type of pattern. And the quality of this leather, it is actually decently thick. So it can feel a little stiff, like right out of the box. So it's not like super thin, so that's good. But this type of look, like the brogue style, that's just never really been my thing. So yeah, doesn't appeal to me too much, but I can see some people liking this colorway. And then also on the overlays here, it actually spells out 23. And then moving up the tongue, instead of a regular Jordan 6 tongue, you will see there's like these stripes going down. And you also see that like behind the tongue as well. That I'm not exactly too sure what it's supposed to do or like trying to reference, but I think it's supposed to reference like the stripes and patterns that you would often find inside like your suit. I think that's what it's trying to mimic, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below what you think that it's trying to do. And then moving up the tongue, you will see this lace lock that of course comes in all Jordan 6s, just a Jumpman branded tab there. And what I love about the lace lock here, it is that gold aesthetic. I don't usually love too much gold on my sneakers, but in small amounts, I think it works really well. And it also comes with gold lace tips. So again, going for this more elevated type of look. Speaking of the laces, it is actually like these thin round type laces that come out of the box. There is no extra set of laces, just black. You don't really get an option. And then on the tongue itself, you will get, of course, Jumpman branding. And one thing to note, about the Jordan 6 that some people may not be aware of is you can actually, if I can get my hands around this, you can undo the flap here. And then right at the top of this rubber tongue, you'll see Air Jordan branding. And in terms of the booty, you will see Nike branding. So it's not a Jumpman here. Nike Air branding that's actually debossed into the shoe. Really love the aesthetic of this booty here. It's kind of different, kind of subtle, blends into that patina pattern really well. So I like that. The pull tab here, that was inspired by a spoiler of a sports car. And you will see inside the ankle collar here, it is like satin line. Again, going for that more luxurious vibe. And in terms of the cushioning for the Jordan 6, it just comes with a polyurethane midsole with a Nike Air unit on the heel, visible one of course, as well as one on the forefoot. The outsole of the 6, it is beautiful. One of the best, honeycomb pattern. You'll get this translucent outsole in some parts. I really love that. It doesn't have that kind of blue tinge like a lot of icy outsoles come with. It is just white. Maybe under certain lighting, it can give off that blue type of shade, but in person, in hand, it's more like a white color. Now, in terms of the insoles, this is hugely disappointing. Nike Air branded in gold, that looks pretty cool, but the quality is just some absolute hot garbage. Not Dreamstyle, not polyurethane, just this. For a special release, this is mightily disappointing. And in terms of sizing and comfort, I am a wide and flat footer. For 6s, generally I just go true to size. I have accidentally actually gone up half a size before, and that's a good thing because I figured I definitely don't need to go up half a size even though I have wide and flat feet. So it fits me pretty well, like lengthwise, widthwise, no real pain areas. Still a pretty heavy shoe with ancient tech, but I think for casual use, it works pretty well. Sometimes for people that would like to wear like no-show or ankle socks, I don't know why you would do that to yourself, but if you do, the tongue here might be kind of annoying rubbing up against your ankles, so definitely just look out for that, but true to size it is. And that brings the total sole score of the Jordan 6 Xuan Wu to 34 out of 50, an average score compared to other special releases. Now first, it is colorway. In terms of just the colors itself, I think it is pretty nice. This brownish black color, definitely one for people over 30. Just gravitate towards this kind of look as you get older, but I just don't know if it works that well on the 6s. Something about it, I don't know. I think it's like the tongue area, especially with the different material on the tongue, this being like rubber. And it throws me off a little bit, but the gold lace tips as well as the gold lace lock, I do really like, but in terms of just colorway overall on the shoe, I think it's good. I personally don't think it's delicious. And in terms of the materials, pretty good materials. It is decently thick. I do expect something a bit better than regular hot trash for a special release. I will say it is pretty soft in the toe. They definitely could have done worse. And in terms of the comfort, I think the 6s are decently comfortable. Nothing to write home about. It's not going to be the softest, almost plush type of shoe you'll ever feel. For an old Jordan shoe, I think it's good. Definitely better than the 1s or the 4s. And in terms of the versatility, I think the 6s in terms of the shape, still kind of bulky, still kind of chunky. Wearability of the colorway, pretty good. Definitely have a more mature, sophisticated, older type of vibe to it. But it's not like super bold or loud where you're like, this old man is trying to hold on to something by wearing super bright colors and he's going through some type of crisis. Definitely not that, so I will say it is a decently versatile shoe. And in terms of the storytelling, hot garbage in my opinion. The kind of elevated look, that's one thing, but if they're gonna dub it the Xuan Wu, as far as I know, that's still what they're referring to it as. I just don't see any elements of that coming through. Maybe just the colors, like the brown, but there's no like turtle snake deity type of tie-in that I can see. I don't know what's going on here, but the most disappointing thing is there's no extras, like there's no hang tag, there is no little booklet thing that you throw in sometimes. The box itself is a regular as Jumpman box. Super disappointed there. The Jordan 1 Xuan Wu that I reviewed a few years ago had a custom box. Storytelling was much better on those. This just absolutely missed the mark. And today's throwback of the day, it is Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading cards that originally released in 1999 in Japan. It will take 3 years to make its way into North America. Obviously inspired by the manga, has become one of the biggest trading card games in the world, and it is actually still going strong. I only ever had one deck, the Joey Wheeler starter deck, and I believe, if I can remember, the best card in that deck was the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Wasn't anything too special, to be honest. And of course I got the character that was kind of a goofball, kind of the punching bag of the show in many circumstances. But I will say, Joey, you could argue, was like the heart and glue of that crew. But watching the anime series of that show growing up and then having the cards in hand, just so much nostalgia. I still remember like kids in my school would buy like fufus of the trading cards. They would have like the most insane cards in their deck. And I was like, come on, those are fufus. And it was very obvious those are fufus. So because my parents would never actually support me in buying like silly card games, I actually got my Joey Wheeler starter deck as a gift from a family friend that knew I wanted it. So they went behind my parents' back, gave it to me. I appreciate that forever. This, I believe, is the 3rd year that we're getting the Xuanwu series, the Jordan 1 High Xuanwu, Jordan 1 Low OG Xuanwu. But as far as I can remember, this is the 3rd, and in my opinion, probably the worst. And maybe that's because I just like the highs or Jordan 1s overall better than the Jordan 6s. So slight bias here, but I just think they could have packaged the whole thing a little bit better, gave us a more special type of unboxing experience. But if you are an unk like me, over 30, and you gravitate towards brownish shoes, this might be perfect for you. Let me know what you think. So that's it. Thanks for watching Soul Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 6 Xuanwu. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.